Well, we'll introduce you to an amazing organization doing fantastic work here in EBR. We'll talk about the conflict in Israel and public safety in the city of Baton Rouge. Roll it, Scott. It's the last show of October 2023, and it just seems weird to say that October is wrapping up so soon, but here we are, and we begin tonight with a conversation about public safety with Lieutenant L'Jean Mckneely with the Baton Rouge Police Department. Before we talk about public safety, Gino, and other things going on, I wanted to take a moment of personal privilege to wish some well wishes to Sean Wallace, who's got family all over the country, but specifically his blue and gold family here in Baton Rouge. Sean is dealing with an issue with health pancreatic cancer right now, going to MD Anderson, coach of Southern football, really, really good guy, someone that many of us know, and we're praying for you, brother, and you know a lot of us are, man. You want to say something about Sean before we start?
Yes, hey, great guy. We played football together at Southern University. He was an inspiration to a lot of us. He's a leader for our team. He's a leader for the current SU team. So we were there in full support of him yesterday at the council meeting. We have great hopes. Our spirit is high. Our prayers are there with him, and we're in full support of his recovery.
So we're all Team Sean here, man. We got your back, brother.
Most definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about where we are, and I know that I wanted to ask you about this because it's probably the top story of the last few days, and that was this incident that took place last weekend with some officers and a crash on Friday night. Is there any information about that you can give us?
Well, we're looking to get an update on that entire incident today. We had two lady officers were responding to a shots fired call. Officers were in need of assistance because they were being fired upon. And while they were en route to that scene, they were involved in the crash at Government in South Foster. Unfortunately, we had someone lose their life. One of the vehicles that was struck during that crash, they lost their life, Mr. Caleb. So we have our prayers with his family. Both officers went to the hospital. One has since been released from the hospital. The other officer that was involved had serious injuries to the lower extremity. She's had multiple surgeries, and we're praying for her full recovery.
What's the status of public safety right now in the city of Baton Rouge?
Well, you know, we're pushing hard with the initiative and the notion that we're here to serve and protect. You know, there's a feeling that from what we're hearing out in the streets and talking to citizens here in Baton Rouge, and I think it's across the country, there's a sense that they aren't safe. And we're changing that narrative by pushing the word out there that we're doing our job, and we're doing it in an effective way of putting people in jail and holding them accountable for the crimes that they're committing. We're out there at a lot of community events. Our community services division do in excess of over 300 events out in the community. Right. So we're out there with our messaging and sharing the message that we're there. We're putting forth our effort to protect and serve, and we're doing a good job. Overall, crime is down, but there has been a slight uptick in domestic violence.
Right.
And we're pushing hard with messaging with our nonprofit organizations. We're working with them and getting the message out that there are resources available to them.
The sheriff was here last week and talked about the fact that crime is down, but people still don't feel safe. And he said to me that it isn't, the reality may be one thing, but you have to address how people feel.
Right.
Even though crime is down statistically, how do you manage the fact that people just don't feel safe in the city?
Well, perception is reality. So it's us putting the information out, informing the community of the resources that are available to them, of things that are happening in Baton Rouge, the tools that law enforcement are using to push forward the fact that we are indeed safe and that overall crime is down. So it's the information and giving it them in a way to where we are going to them and sharing our word based off all the tools and all the actions that are happening here in Baton Rouge.
You know, I got a minute left. I'll be remiss if I didn't ask you. You're one of the candidates for police chief here, man. So what's your vision for this department if you're so fortunate as to be selected by the mayor and this committee?
Well, if I'm blessed with that opportunity
right.
to lead the Baton Rouge Police Department, we're going to push forward with a lot of initiatives that Chief Paul has already committed and implemented within our department. You know, we've already steered toward 21st century policing. In an effort to continue with that notion, we're going to push forward and expand the already initiatives that are there.
Well, we should know, and not very far off, but you know, a lot of people are happy to see your name on that list, so we appreciate that. Lieutenant L'Jean Mckneely, Gino, as we all know him, with the Baton Rouge Police Department. Let's talk about an initiative in the Gardere area. Can't wait to introduce you to the leader of it next.